Hello everyone, welcome to BTS. I'd like to share what I considered to buy my home in San Diego, and this topic also can be say as the how I bought my home in San Diego in 2017. Yeah, I lived here about 2 years, and I think many people are interested in how to buy home in the US and especially in California in San Diego. So I thought it's very helpful. Some people who want to buy home. The current location is my backyard of my home. This is my backyard. Yeah. Can you see it? It's very quiet, right? You cannot hear some car noises, but you will hear birds singing, right? I like it. I will share more detail about these things with you. First, I'd like to share some general information. But first of all, I'm not the expert the purchasing the home. I'm not expert. I was just bought my home 2 years ago, and I just want to share my opinion that I collected and organized during my home purchase. So please take it as information. I learned that there's three types of home purchase. First one is a normal sale, basically an owner selling their home to buyer. Is negotiable with the owner for the price of a home, and usually it's a used home. It has a upgraded kitchen or floor and some upgraded bed or bathrooms. So it's like not a very old home, it's like upgraded home. So as for buyer, they prefer this kind of upgraded home so that buyer don't need to pay extra time effort to upgrade the homes, right? Second home is a short sale. Short sale means the owner can no pay his mortgage, so kind of bankrupt. So bank on the home, and usually the price of home is very cheaper than the normal sale. Price is negotiable with the bank, so usually about 10% cheaper price. Yeah. Third one is auction. In order to usually auction is auction, so like similar to the short sale. In order to buy auction home, you need to hire a realtor to buy. However, there are possibility that buyer need to prepare many things with a lot of uncertainties, right? Like for example, termite insect issue, or mold wood, or water damage, and so on. A lot of things. But even though we consider those things to save money, people are willing to buy the auction home sometimes. In the US, realtor is needed to buy or sell a home, and as a seller, they need to pay 6%, total 6% of total selling price. So 30% is going to be for seller, retailer, realtor. Another 3% is for purchase realtor. So total 6% going to be subtracted from total price of home. So seller should consider it. And also, if there's a price of home is increased from the purchase price for the seller, then seller also need to pay selling tax 10% of increase. And the total price, full price purchase can be negotiable and full price. And before purchasing a home, buyer gonna hire an inspector, a contractor for the inspection, and like roof condition and pumping, foundation and leaking and so on. So the inspector checking the home, like many things like kitchen or home, many things that as a new buyer of a home, I learned so many things during the inspection. That's thing I need to consider. So hiring a good contractor for inspection is very important, right? So in the big picture, in my view, there are three things should be considered. First one is price. For example, as we can compare buying a home versus renting a home, right? Mortgage, and in order to buy a home, home price is very expensive, so we need to get a mortgage, home mortgage, right? And we need to pay interest fee and principal fee, and we also compare that price with the rental fee, right? So from my calculation 2 years ago, whether I live in the rental home or buying a home paying interest fee and the principal fee, the price was even cheaper. I mean, buying a home is cheaper in the long term. So there's no, it's very obvious. And the rental fee in San Diego quite expensive. I have a wife and 2 kids, so at least we need to have a 3-bedroom, right? And the 3-bedroom in the San Diego and the considered location cost about $3,000. So rental fee cost $3,000 per month. And when I checked the buying a home with a mortgage, the interest fee and the principal fee is very similar or even less. So I thought, and in the long term, when I said it, I mean, mortgage, rental fee gonna be just gone, right? But I own the home, right? So in the long term, if the value of a home increased, then I actually get some profit, right? So it's better to buy a home in the long term for me. So I figured it out how much I can afford, and in order to do that, I have enough salary for mortgage, living expense, and the investment and saving. Also, I also checked the homeowners association fee, HOA fee. This is the amount of money that must be paid monthly by owners of certain types of residential properties, and HOAs collect these fees to assist with maintaining and improving properties in the association. So basically maintaining fee. Some home in San Diego, they pay $500, even $1,000 per monthly for maintaining the neighbors, like road or grass. So it's also not negligible. It's quite a lot of money, right, for monthly. So that is also consideration. And usually when we buy a home, we need to pay 20% of down payment. So total home price, 20% of total price of home should be paid in advance when we purchase home as a down payment. So if the down payment is higher, buyer can have a higher chance to buy a home, because seller prefers real money, right, at the beginning. So in order to buy a home, we need to save money for down payment, and so you also need to pay closing costs. When we close our things, we also need to pay extra money. So in order to do that, we need to build a health saving account and get pre-approved for mortgage. And also you need to, in order to get a good low interest rate, you should have a good credit score. So you should strengthen your credit score. I increased my credit score from 2011 by using credit card when I started my study in the US. And so in order to have a good credit, have a low interest rate, it's very important to have a high credit score. And so another thing we also need to consider is the home value for last 10 years. It's very easy, you can track the home price change of that particular home very easily on the internet. So there's a very good website called Redfin. Among the lot of services, that was the most modern and very easy to understand, and that company is pretty good. So in that website, you can check the price on picture, and also you can hire a realtor from the website on the company. The company is so good that they did IPO about 2 years ago, I guess, 1 year ago. Yeah, pretty good company. And in that company website, you can check the price change of the home you are interested in for the last 10 or maximum years. So you can get some idea how home price was changed for the last 10 years. And you can also predict whether your home value will increase or decrease next to 5 or 10 years. And another thing you need to consider is water and electric bills. When you buy a home, it's not easy to check, but you can talk to seller's realtor to get those information. So you can also consider how much you're going to pay for utility fee, water and electricity and gas. And another thing is, in California, fire hazard is quite critical. You know, the LA, there are huge fire every year. So it's also important to get the fire hazard information. So those are more related to the price option. Another thing is the next thing I considered was the location. Yeah, fire hazard was the part of location. Yeah, it's very important to consider fire hazard. So my home, backyard, and there is also rule. In fire department, they set certain rule to protect the home from fire. So all homes are designed considering the guideline of fire hazard. It's worth to check it. And in terms of location, really important thing was first, whether my neighbor is a quiet place or not. You see, very quiet, right? Very, very quiet. My neighbors, very, very quiet. we sometimes hear airplane noise, or just birds singing. Well, that's it. Right? And the highway and the local roads are far away from my home, so the noise is a very high priority in terms of location for me. When I joined my current company, my company provided my family temporary housing for 2 months, and that temporary housing was very good, recently built, and very modern style of home. But the issue was that that home was built nearby highway. When we opened the window for air circulation, we heard highway noise all the time, day and night. So loud, noise was so disturbing, and so loud. And even outdoor activity near my home is so frustrating to hear all the noises. Even we closed the window, we heard some reduced noise of a highway. It's very, very not comfortable. So during that experience, I thought that I should buy a home. I should consider the noise as one of a high priority when I purchase home. So that is the first location perspective. And second, another thing in terms of another item that relate to location is the commuting time from home to work. So my commuting time from my home to work is 20 minutes. I can go to my office through the highway or local. Either one of them, it takes 20 minutes. It takes 20 minutes only. So location was also very critical. So there's a little better town for commuting near my office, but the price of that town is so expensive, almost double. So that is out of my budget. So I was looking for a home within 30 minutes or even 20 minutes. So, and the next one is traffic. Whether your home is close to the highway, so all San Diego, US are connected through the highway. So traffic is also very critical. You can check the traffic, and during the weekday and weekend, and morning, afternoon, and night, you can check the Google map how's the traffic is like. And another thing is retail stores. As a Korean, my family likes a Korean supermarket, and we also like Costco and other Home Depot, right? So whether you prefer retail stores are close, how far away from your home, right? So I really like my home. Every major stores are within 20 minutes and sometimes 10 minutes. So it's very also critical. And whether your weather is good, even in the same San Diego city, if home is located near the ocean, the weather is highly affected by the ocean. Even in the winter, they don't need air conditioner because the very cool air from the ocean will affect temperature of the home nearby the ocean. And the next one is school rank for children. So I have 2 kids. So I I may live in San Diego for next 5 or 10 years. We never know. So it's also very critical to consider home ranking for children. So I put the link of some site how you can check a school ranking, and also not even 5-10 years if I sell my home near future, so some new buyer also consider the school ranking, right? So and usually family with the children living in this neighbor, so whole school ranking is also critical. Another thing, and the next thing is the neighbor, and you can come to a neighbor, how's their what is their characteristic, and say hello, and who are living here, right? So that's very quick. You can come to home many times before purchasing it, and if you can see some people, neighbors, can say hello, and you can ask many questions. They're usually American people or San Diego people are very kind, so they can share a lot of good information with you. And next one is safety. So whether you can also check the safety in the internet, whether how many criminals happen in the area, right? So yeah, those information also can be easily checked in the internet. So yeah, those are related to the location issue. The next third one is the house. When I worked with my realtor, I learned also many things from my realtor, and one thing was she asked me that try to see the things that are not fixable things. For example, the number of rooms, right? Number of rooms, and the size of a home, number of and the direction of a home, and window size and openness, or neighbors, those things, and location, right? And those things. I think location is more like not fixable things, and yeah. So, and another thing is the water and the heating system. Those things are not easy to fixable, right? So you need to check those things more carefully rather than the kitchen, the electric things like the refrigerator, washer, and those things can be replaced, right? Try to see the not fixable things like floor condition, noise, those things. And for house, I said that we need to have an inspection, right? So you need to check termite and roof tiles, and inspect. Home inspector also can check heater condition, and everything, almost everything he can check. So it's very important to hire very good home inspector. I hired a very good individual inspector. I really like him. And there are also some big companies with the contractor. But if you're interested, I linked my inspector, and he was a very experienced person and very kind, and I really like it. And another thing, next one is on the view. We usually have a blind, right? So without blind, you can see how our view is look like, right? So it's not fixable thing, right? When you open the window how the outside view is look like, right? It was very critical. If when you open the window and you will see right next to your neighbors, it's not good, right? So it's better to have a more openness and the view nature of a view. And the next one is a plant. What is the previous owner? How previous owner managed all the garden trees? What kind of tree they plant, right? So how the owner take care of their grass and other things, flowers. Next one is the rooms. Yeah, you need to check room size, number of rooms, and the restroom. You also need to check the restroom whether the previous owner upgraded or not, and whether water is coming where. And you also need to check when the home was built, the year of built, right? If it's too old, highly chance to you need to fix something that you didn't expect. And you also need to check your AC, heater, air conditioner and heater. Home inspector check it, but you also need to check what is the year of the heater system. In my home, a forced air gas heater is installed, but it was very old. But it worked. But after purchase home, I realized I bought a home around the summer. When it was turned on during the winter, I realized that some leaking gas smell was detected by me. So I changed my whole heater using home warranty. I will share more information with you regarding the home inspection, home warranty, and my experience of the changing my heater in next video. And you can also need to check external condition of a home. How is the external home is look like, whether you need to repaint the home on those things, right? And or whether the wall is good condition or you need to fix it. And also another thing is you need to also try to get some sense of smell. Whether you can feel some uncomfortable smell in the home previous owner, and how bright it is when you open the window, right? So those things I considered purchase home. I also checked the kitchen condition, but luckily my previous home changed my kitchen, so I didn't need to pay upgrade it. With this condition, and I think those things that I considered when I purchased my home. But with this condition, I realized that after purchasing my first home, I was very happy. But I also learned that there are many things I need to fix. But good thing was everything was fixable. So it took about 1 year to fixing and upgrading all things that really bothers me a lot. So right now I don't spend many energy to upgrade my home anymore. I really enjoy my home. I really like my current home, and I'm glad that I did a good choice, and my family like it. And these things you can consider when you purchase your home. Next video I'm going to share what I upgraded after purchasing my home since 2017 in San Diego. Okay. Thank you for watching my video, and be happy by helping people. Thank you. Bye bye.